So let's jump straight in. So my first question for you, Brandon, is now I know you were in the beginning, you actually didn't even do our self-gen system. You just bought leads from us, right?
Correct. Yep.
Which we actually have phased out that offer. We don't do that anymore. Right now, it's only the Papichulo helping agents self-gen. But before you even bought leads from us, what were you doing?
So I was just buying leads from other vendors. I worked with another marketing company that I just got shafted on.
Oh
It so
gosh.
it was a roller coaster. It was up and down. I'd have a really good month, and then I do 25,000, and then the next month I do 10,000 or 8,000, and so it's just so inconsistent.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're working with these various lead vendors, right? What was it about us that made you even want to reach out and test out our leads in the first place?
So I just kept seeing you guys on Instagram, and I'm like, dude, you guys are funny, and I'm like, you know what? My whole thing was I'm going to try every single thing until something actually works because otherwise I'm never going to know. And so I'm like, I'll invest this $850 for the next 2 weeks and see how it goes. And I think the third day I was on my third deal and I'm like, this is a
Yeah.
cakewalk. I'm like, these people are calling me
Right.
at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, this is so easy.
Super high intent, right? Super high
Hmm.
intent leads. That mindset that you have, like, I'm gonna invest and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get the answer, get to the solution. Not everybody has that mindset, right? A lot of people are afraid of taking risks. A lot of people are afraid to invest in themselves. They don't have that kind of, how should I say, entrepreneurial spirit, right? Where do you feel like that comes from?
I feel like I've always been like that. So I think when we first started this, I was telling you I worked for a large window covering manufacturer and I got laid off and I must have applied to 500 different jobs in a month. And I'm like, you know what? My buddy owns this agency. He tried to get me to do it 10 years ago. I'm like, I'm just going to get my license and I'm going to give it every single thing that I have. And if it doesn't work out, it's not because I didn't try. It's
Right.
because, hey, it just wasn't meant for me. And so I'm going to do everything I can to be successful, whether
Mm.
that's, spending every dollar I have or working, 20 hours a day. And so finally things are starting to, align and all work out. And I'm like, this has been the best decision I've ever done.
I love it, man. I love that. And that's very admirable, right? Because a lot of people are afraid to take that leap of faith. A lot of people are afraid to take risks like you have, right? And I
Mhm.
myself have taken many risks. But when you were working with us, like transitioning from kind of just buying leads, and now we have your self-gen system, ramped up, and you're getting leads rolling in. We talk a lot about that in our content, right? Transitioning from kind of that sales rep mentality where you're just buying leads from different lead vendors, you don't have consistent lead flow. Transitioning to more of that business owner mentality where you own your own marketing like you do now and you have a self-gen system. Talk to people about like what does that transition look like for you? What were some obstacles and how did that all go for you?
I think it's been just great. It was literally every week I'm like, okay, what leads am I going to have to buy? Oh, they increased their prices by $20 per lead now. And I just look at, hey, if I were to buy 50 leads for $1,500, I was probably maybe selling one or two a week. And, I'm like, well, I'm making $1,000 off of, $1,500. I'm like, my ROI isn't really great. And I'm
Mm,
like, and some weeks you don't sell anything. And so you're like, hey, I'm in the whole $2,000 and I got to sell one deal to break even. And then it wasn't really great. And like I said, at some months, hey, I'd sell, buy 30 leads and I'd sell 10 of them. And I'm like, this is great. And then the next month you don't sell anything and it's just a roller coaster. And so transitioning over to this, it's, hey, I went from making 2,000 phone calls a week to making 70 phone calls a week and doing
wow.
$10,000 in sales. I'm like, I'm working on getting my brother. He's an agent with us, and he's like, I just don't want to spend the money. It's the unknown, and I'm like, dude, I have done every single lead vendor there is, so that you didn't have to. And I've lost so much money doing this, and I'm like, I finally found something that works,
Mhm.
and I'm not working as hard, and I'm making 10 times the money you're making. I'm just like, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I'm like, if someone would have told me, hey, you need to take out $100,000 loan today to make $1 million this year, I would do it.
Hmm.
It's just the mentality that I have versus other people. I'm like, why are you so afraid?
Yeah. And I feel like that's what sets you apart from other people, from other agents, right? Some people like I say this all the time, you can't help people that don't want to be helped
Hmm.
at the end of the day, right? We're literally establishing a system for you where, hey, I tell you that we put $1 in the system, it'll spit out three.
Yeah.
Literally, right? How much money would you want to put into the system?
Exactly. Well, my wife just said yesterday, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't teach it to, like, you can't make it drink. And so I'm like, it's the same thing. And we just had a big leadership call the other day, and they were like, why wait for someone to be at the top to then join? Join together and then get to the top at the same time. It's
I
like
love
do
that.
everything at once together.
Yeah, I
And
love that.
I'm just like, gosh, I'm trying to build my team and I'm like, hey, I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing to make this money. You just got to do the same exact thing. There's no
Mhm.
secrets. I'm not hiding anything. This
Yeah,
is what I'm spending, this is what I'm doing, and this is the results that you're going to get from it.
I love that. I mean, talk to me about those results, right? I know you track your KPIs, right? I know you said you're dialing a lot less, right? How's the
Mm.
contact rate, the presentation rate, the closes?
So I think I say about 2 out of 10 leads that come in, they're calling me and it's a one call close. And
Wow.
then the other eight, hey, I'll throw them in my dialer and I'll call them 2 times a day. And then finally, hey, I already have some coverage set up. Okay, perfect. At least if they say I have coverage, I know they're a buyer. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I can try to work with them. Sometimes they have good coverage. I'm like, hey, keep what you have. I'm not here in the business to try to cancel everyone's policy. Now, if it's you're doing bad business or if I can get you a better price, cool, let's do something. And I'm the same way. If someone calls one of my clients and they can get a better deal, hey, go for it because I do the same thing. I'm just like, but I'm not in the business to cancel anyone's policy just because of whatever, lie to people. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm doing good business. And then, I mean, like I said, I make 70, 80 phone calls a week and I'm closing 5 or 6 deals. Like
yeah.
I got hopefully a hat trick coming up today. I should be able to close 3 or 4 deals today. So I'm like,
Oh,
they're just layups. It's not. Yesterday we were spending half the day moving, and I'm like, my AI is booking the appointments for me. So I'm like, it's so easy. You can't beat it.
wow, that's amazing. And I think the next step, I was looking at your Slack channel, the next step is scaling up your ad budget a little bit more. That way you
Yep.
get a little bit more volume coming in, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what would you say to someone who's maybe a little bit on the fence? You know, they they bought leads before, they're not sure like, if they're ready for that next step, transitioning into more of that business owner role. They're on the fence of like working with us. What would you say to them?
Take the leap. I go, you're going to be stuck doing the same thing month over month, calling thousands of leads. It's like I said, it's a roller coaster. If you want to be consistent and not work as hard and see better results, I go, you need to take the jump and come over to something more permanent
Hmm.
where you're not worrying about where am I going to get these leads? Because I used to buy Eat Those Leads when I first started. And I'm like, there were thousands of them every single day. Now more and more agents are coming up, and I'm like, hey, you're lucky to get 10 leads a week from there. I'm like, where do you pivot from there? So if you're not buying different leads from other vendors, you're kind of stuck. And so I'm like, it's nice not having to worry about,
Yeah.
oh, do I have to buy these? I'm like, hey, all I have to worry about is, hey, how much money do I want to spend this week on ads? Or and that's it. And so it's just consistency. It's the nice thing.
Yeah, yeah, and having that system like dialed in where you don't have to lift a single finger because obviously we take care of all of that, right? As well as
Exactly.
the biweekly calls that we hop on with you, right? To go over all your
Mhm.
metrics. How's your experience with those?
Oh, it's great. We just had a call yesterday and it's so nice. I'm looking through the Slack channel and he's like, "Hey, just updated all your ads for you because I see they're not performing." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is like a night and day difference from my other marketing company where hey, I couldn't even see what ads were being ran. I wasn't paying Facebook directly. I had to pay them and I'm like, "Well, is my $100 a day going towards my ads or is it going in someone's pocket?" Because I'm like, I'm getting 3 or 4 leads a day on $100 where, hey, $50 a day, I'm getting 3 or 4 leads. And so I'm like, it was
Right.
a lot of the unknown. And I'm like, I think I'm getting scammed. And then, hey, let's cancel. Well, you need a 30-day notice. And I'm like, dude, you know what? And he actually just called my brother a week ago and was like, hey, we'll waive your retainer fee for 3 months. And I'm like, you guys are hurting for business.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Uh,
Yeah.
it's just a breath of fresh air being over here. Sorry,
Yeah. They're,
a lot of
no,
dogs are barking.
you're good. You're good. I couldn't hear anything. But yeah, it sounds like they're down bad. But unfortunately, there's a lot of marketing agencies out there that will do that to people. And I was unfortunately a victim of that as well. A couple of years ago when I was running my own offer, I got scammed by a huge marketing agency as well. I spent like 10 grand for 3 months. I didn't get a single lead.
Yeah.
So I understand. That's why we structured our offer here at BDL the way we structure it. It's like we're very transparent. There's no bullshit. There's no 30-day cancellation notice. We delay your retainer until you close your first sale. Like we're very, very upfront about that, right?
Mm.
Um, what I wanted to ask you as well is a little bit about the sales process, right? Because obviously you're crushing it, you're closing deals, right? While some other people are maybe struggling with maybe because it's their first time running digital leads, right? Talk to us about like how you're approaching these leads. I know some of them call you, but like when you're outbound dialing them, what's your sales process like?
So if I'm going through and calling my leads, it's just, hey Hagen, this is Brandon. Just getting back to you really quick on a recorded line regarding that quote you requested from us for the final expense funeral coverage. Is now a good time to go over that information? And then it's just, I don't want to sound overly excited. Hey, this is just my job. You either want it or you don't. If you don't want it, I have hundreds of people waiting to call me. So
Yeah.
it's, hey, let's get this knocked out right now. It's going to take 20 minutes. And then once we start the sales process, it's okay, I can lighten up a little bit, crack some jokes. And then I had everyone on Facebook that are clients. And then also your chargeback system that we have in there where, hey, I sell a deal, I put all their info in, it texts them 3 days later, and then a couple weeks later it'll send them a text. I'm like, it's just so nice because now they're getting confirmations of everything. And before I'm like, hey, I would manually text them, but then after that, it was kind of like left in the dark. And so now I just start adding everyone on Facebook. And I'm like, I want them to know, hey, this is my life. This is who your agent is. I want you to be like, we're family. And so it's if you need to change anything, if we need to increase coverage, and then it's always asking for referrals. So when we get done, I say, here, send your beneficiary over my phone number, send me
Mm.
the phone number. I'm going to call them. And then if you send anyone over, I send out $50 gift cards of your choice. And so it's just referrals are coming in and it's just being friendly. I
Yeah.
used to, when I first started, I was setting everyone up and anyone up. And whether, hey, there's a bunch of red flags, I don't care. I'm in it for the commission. And now it's like, hey, let's try to help you. And if I can't help you, you know, you either want it or you don't. And so that's the whole thing. When I'm bringing new agents on, I'm like, these people are filling out these forms because they want the coverage and you'll know right away if they don't want it. And hey, I don't have time to sit here and just call you 5,000 times a day. And I'm like, I got so many leads coming in that it doesn't make sense for me. So it's my whole sales process is super cut and dry. I used to follow a script word for word. And I'm like, I felt like I was a robot and I'm asking too many questions. And so this is what we're gonna do. And then when we get down to the coverage options, perfect. We're looking for, funeral, burial, cremation. Are we trying to leave some I love you money behind? Perfect. Okay. Hey, we're looking for a burial. Well, I'm going to give you two options. We're either going to do 20,000 or 25,000. Which option works better for you? Oh, you wanted more coverage? Well, let's see what we get approved for first, and then we can always increase this coverage. But when you
Mm.
start asking, hey, what's your budget and how much coverage do you want? Oh, you want a 300,000 for $20? It's so hard to go, well, we can get you 20 for 100.
Yeah.
And so I don't even give them options like choices. It's this is what A and this is B. And we're going to pick from one of those. And then we'll go and see what we get approved for. And then we can increase our coverage.
That's smart. You're leading them instead of putting the ball in their court and having them lead
Mhm.
you as you should,
Yep.
as a leader. I love
So,
that, man. But yeah, man, where do you see yourself in the next 6, 12 months with this business? I know you said you're hiring some people. Like, what's the future look like for you?
so I'm working on bringing on my sixth agent. I just told my manager this time next year, I'm hoping to do around 400 to 500,000 a month as a team. So,
Mm. Awesome. And where are you at right now as a team?
we're doing about 90,000 a month.
Oh yeah, let's go.
So I got three agents that I just got licensed. They're going through all our boot camp stuff. So we're meeting next week to do, a big in-person training and get everyone on board. But I mean, my buddy started this industry 10 years ago and now his team's doing $15 million a year. And
Wow.
I'm like, okay, it took him 10 years to do that. I'm like, it's going to take me 5 years to do this. And
Especially with
he
our
lives
system.
right across the street. And so I'm like, it's so nice. Him and his wife, every time I need to have a question, I call them and it's like, hey, you need to do this, and they're getting this huge 30,000 square foot office. So I'm like, come November, I'm going to be in the office probably about 3 days a week, just being around other people. It's nice working from home, but I'm like, I need to be around other people
Yeah,
that are making, 50, 60, $70,000 a month to see what they're doing, to see their process and just
absolutely.
grow.
You become the people that you surround yourself with,
Hmm.
especially, as once your daughter is born, there's going to be like you want to separate family work. Like you don't want to like combine your work and your family in the same environment because that can cause a little bit of tension and stress.
Yeah.
I resonate with that a lot as
Yeah,
well.
it gets repetitive working from home. I mean, you have to be dedicated. Some days I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I turn the TV on, and I'm like, you know what? I'll close my computer. And then I'm like, crap, I didn't make any money today,
Right.
and so
Exactly.
like I got to just hammer down. But
Exactly.
even when my computer's closed and leads are coming in, AI are texting my appointments and or my clients, and so I'm like, it's so nice.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love it, man. But yeah, that's really all the questions that I had. Is there anything that, you want to add to or say or leave for the people that are going to be watching this?
Now, take the next step. I every lead vendor I feel like you're kind of cautious about, and trust me, I've tried every single thing and it works. I You can see it on my face. It works. You can't beat it. So
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, I really appreciate your time, Brandon. I don't want to take you away from making more money with us. So if you need anything, just reach out on the Slack channel, and then we're looking forward to seeing you crush it even more.
perfect. Yeah, check the Slack channel today. You should see some sales in there.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Let's
Thanks,
go.
man.
All right, brother. Cheers.
Later.